Hi, welcome to Astro Journey UK. In today's video I'm going to be capturing a comet. So it's the first time I've done this with a telescope. Did have Comet NEOWISE in 2020, which you could capture with pretty much any camera. But yeah, this is Comet C/2022 E3 ZTF, a very catchy name. Yeah, I'm going to be capturing that with my RedCat 51 and ASI 183 one-shot color camera. So if you want to see what I do and how I capture it, then keep watching. So this particular comet, you can sort of see it in the northern sky at the moment. So we're about mid-January 2023 at the moment, and early on in the evening, it starts off in the northern part of the hemisphere. Starts off in the north and gradually rises higher and higher throughout the night and into the early hours of the morning, and ends up more towards the northeast. I'm going to have a few challenges as typical in my back garden with trees. So I might need to reposition my telescope and mount to avoid the big pine tree next door. But I'm going to go outside and have a quick look and see where it's actually going to appear, and I'll show you what that looks like and where it's rising. So in order to be able to actually find the comet, what I'm using is the Sky Guide app, which is on the iPhone and the iPad. But I'm pretty sure that things like Stellarium will be able to sort of show you where to find it as well. It looks like it's a magnitude plus 5.9 at the moment, so relatively bright, but not quite bright enough as compared to NEOWISE, which you could actually see with the naked eye, even from light polluted places like Birmingham. Yeah, using Sky Guide to sort of see where the comet is and compare it to my surroundings, and therefore plan and work out where I'm actually going to put the telescope and point it. I'm not going to be able to, as far as I can tell and understand, you're not going to be able to actually get the telescope to track this object because it's not following the Earth's rotation, it's on its own path. I think the plan for tonight is to slew to that part of the night sky, frame up the comet, take some sort of 180 second exposures. I think been talking to a number of people, and yeah, anything from 60 seconds to, I think some people have done 5 minutes, but I think the comet does actually move within that time, so I want to sort of still get it relatively as sharp as possible. And also, yeah, I'm using a one-shot color camera here, so yeah, just that opportunity of just capturing everything in colour in one go rather than trying to shoot mono, which I think would make it even more difficult. So what I'm just going to show you quickly is in Sky Guide being able to find the comet. So you go into search, find any object, and if you type C/2022 E3 ZTF, then you'll find the comet, and you can see its path there. But if we just kind of zoom back a bit, yeah, it's roughly in the northeast, so we're going to move through time. So it just gradually gets higher and higher, but it stays pretty much in the northeast, and then eventually it starts moving to the north as well. At about 5 o'clock, it's right above in the north. So I'm gonna probably start imaging. What time is it now? It's about 10 to 2 at the moment. I'm going to start imaging probably around 3 o'clock for an hour. So I should be able to see it with the telescope where it's currently sat on the patio at the moment. Hopefully where it's actually rising, because it's risen quite high now at 3 o'clock in the morning. It should be clearing the trees, I think, so I should be able to just not move the scope, not have to repolar align. I'm really hoping that I don't have to go through all of that process just to take this image, but either way I'm going to do it to get this image because I'd really like to get an image of the comet. So one slight downside to this particular comet and how it's sort of moving through our night sky is in order to wait for it to get as high as possible to shoot through as little atmosphere as possible, and to be able to clear buildings and fences and trees and all that sort of thing, I need to wait till about 4 in the morning. So fortunately it's a Friday night, It's clear. Also, Saturday is looking clear as well. So I've got this as pretty much probably an only opportunity of being able to capture it. Also, absolutely lucked out on the fact that it's actually a new moon at the moment as well, so even better. Yeah, let's go outside and let's get the telescope set up and let's see what we get. So I did have to move my mount from this corner here where I've been imaging for the evening to a little bit over here, fundamentally because the comet was about there. However, moving back here should have a clear enough view, hopefully as long as it clears that willow tree, for the comet, and then it's going to rise in that clear part of the sky in between the trees. So just doing plate solving for where the comet is, and hopefully be able to go back into the app and see what's going on. I've just noticed that I can actually, or hopefully can actually see the comet from this particular telescope, which is 600mm 80 ED refractor. I'm using the 2600 on it at the moment. It's not the scope that I was going to be imaging the comet with, but yeah, the other scope's busy at the moment, so I thought I'd just actually try with this one because I think I can see it. So what I want to do here is I'm in preview mode. I'm going to click into target, go into search, and select the comet, which is C 2022 E3 ZTF. Just hit go to. So fortunately they've got the oh no, it's not. There we go. Fortunately they've got the comets in the Sky Atlas within the ASI Air device, so that's quite handy. Otherwise it was going to be a bit of a problem because I'd have to see exactly where the comet was at that particular point in time and plug in manually the right ascension and declination coordinates. So we're just slewing across at the moment to that particular part of the night sky. Wait for it to finish slewing and then do some plate solving, and then it will take a quick image, sort of just to say, yep, I'm there. This is actually really quite exciting. Yeah, I've imaged nearwise before, but that was actually quite visible, so you could actually just point a normal camera at it. Whereas, yeah, from where I am at the moment, I can't see this comet at all with the naked eye. It's just too light polluted from Birmingham. So, yep, you have to use things like, well, for me, I have to use things like plate solving just to be able to see what's going on. So it's taking a short exposure image and just downloading it to the iPad now, and there we go. So okay, yep, it's a bit smudgy and everything at the moment. We've got star trails and everything because we're not guiding. So what we're going to do now is make sure that guiding is running, which it is now, and we're just going to take a 30-second exposure. I've got the red filter selected there. Let's take a 30-second exposure and then see what we get. So that's taken that exposure. We're just waiting for it to download to the device for preview, and here we have it. Here is Comet C 2022 E3 ZTF. Doesn't look particularly impressive, but I don't know, you've got a lot of, or you've got a good amount of detail there. You can see literally the nucleus of the comet. You can see the faint tail that's coming out from the sort of centre of the image to the top left, and that's actually pretty cool. So the thing that makes this difficult is obviously the comet has its own orbit, and the Earth is rotating, so I've got an equatorial mount which will match the apparent rotation of the stars relative to the rotation of the Earth, However, the comet's going on its own route, so I can't track the comet itself. So I'll need to take a number of images of that portion of the night sky. The telescope will track exactly that portion, but what will happen is the comet will gradually move through that field of view. So when it comes around to stacking all of the images, they stack all together and you get a stack of the star field, and then the comet is trailing. And then in PixInsight I'm going to then have to stack the comet, and you do that by, I'll go through this in later detail in another video, but you go into the comet stacker, select the images and say this is the comet and show the location of the comet, and then PixInsight will then stack just the comet, and then you have to merge those two images together.